Hello, in this video, we will check how to fill out Form 681 for Australia's humanitarian visa. This form should be used by persons wishing to propose applicants under the Refugee and Special Humanitarian Program, including those eligible under the split family provisions that apply to immediate family members. Proposals may be submitted by individuals or by organizations operating in Australia. To be eligible to propose as an individual, you must be an Australian citizen or a permanent resident of Australia, or an eligible New Zealand citizen. What is required of proposers? If you are proposing applicants who are granted a subclass 202 Global Special Humanitarian visa, you and the applicants are responsible for the applicant's travel to Australia, including airfares. If you are proposing applicants under the split family provisions, and any of the following visa subclasses are granted: 200, Refugee 201, In-Country Special Humanitarian 203, Emergency Rescue 204, Woman at Risk. Carefully read and fully complete this form, Form 681. If you are proposing as an individual, you must provide evidence of your eligibility to propose. See Question 20. Please provide a certified copy of your Australian birth certificate, Certificate of Australian Citizenship, or evidence of your permanent residence in Australia, or evidence that you are an eligible New Zealand citizen. Copies of documents must be certified as true, copies of the original by a Justice of the Peace, a Commissioner for Declarations, or a person before whom a statutory declaration may be made under the Statutory Declarations Act 1959. If you are proposing as an organization, you must provide the names of office holders and a statement of the organization's objectives, activities, and funding. See Part C. Send application form to the applicant. Send Form 842, application for an offshore humanitarian visa, to the applicant. Applicant completes and signs application form. The applicant should fully complete Form 842 in accordance with the instructions on that form and return it to you. Lodge the completed application. You should lodge this form, Form 681, and the completed and signed Form 842, application for an offshore humanitarian visa. Further information, including details on how to lodge this application electronically, is available from the department's website, link in video description. The office processing the visa application will acknowledge receipt of the application accompanying your proposal via email. For filling, open this form using Adobe Acrobat Reader. Either type, in English, in the fields provided, or print this form and complete it, in English, using a pen and block letters. All questions on this form need to be completed, unless instructed otherwise, via steps. Part A. Details of the persons you wish to propose for entry to Australia. In this Part A, you must write the details of the main applicant and the people you want to sponsor according to the filled Form 842. How many people are included in your proposal? You must write the number of family members that you want to sponsor and apply for. For example, for a family with the main applicant and a spouse and a child, write the number 3. In Question 2, write the details of the main applicant. First, enter the surname and then the name in order. In question 3, write if the main applicant has another name. In question 4, write the name of the country where the main applicant is a citizen. In question 5, specify the gender of the applicant. In question 6, select the date of birth. In question 7, write the applicant's city and country of birth. In question 8, write the applicant's current country of residence. In question 9, write the date of entry into the country of the applicant's current residence. In question 10, choose the main applicant's relationship status, such as legally married, divorced, or unmarried. Choose the appropriate option. In question 11, write the exact relationship between the sponsor and the main applicant. For example, family, brother, sister, or friend. In question 12, write the address of the main applicant. In question 13, give details of all other dependent family members of the main applicant who are included in this proposal. Enter the surname, name, date of birth, marital status, and relationship with the main applicant for each person in order. I fill in Part A2 for the details of the applicant's spouse and Part A3 for the applicant's child. In this form, there are two parts B and C to enter the details of the sponsor. If the sponsor is an individual, the sponsor details must fill in Part B, and if the sponsor is an organization, the sponsor's details must be written in Part C. Depending on the type of sponsor, a person or an organization, Part B or C must be filled and one left blank. Question 14. Are you submitting this proposal as an individual? If your answer is no, you should go to Part C and leave Part B blank. And if your answer is yes, and the sponsor is a person and not an organization, you should write the details of the sponsor in the next question. In question 15, write the last name and the name of the sponsor respectively. Write the sponsor's date of birth. Write the sponsor's city and country of birth. In question 19, if the sponsor was born outside of Australia, write the date of her arrival in Australia. Are you an Australian citizen, Australian permanent resident, or an eligible New Zealand citizen? In this question, select the Yes option, and you must send the evidence of citizenship or permanent residence of the sponsor, along with the documents. In question 21, write the full address of the sponsor. In question 22, write the full postal address of the sponsor. If this address is the same as the previous question, write the word as above. In question 23, put the contact numbers of the sponsor. In question 24, write at least one email address for the sponsor. In question 25, specify the job of the sponsor and how many years she or he has been in this job. In question 26, write the job of the sponsor partner and the number of years has been in this job. In question 27, write list all Australian visas sponsor have held, including your current visa. In this form, because my sponsor was a person and I filled in Part B for his details, I leave Part C blank and white because my sponsor is not an organization. If a person has a sponsor organization, should write the details of this organization in Part C and leave Part B blank. So we go to Part D. Part D, Previous Proposals. Question 37. Have you, or your organization, previously proposed these visa applicants or any other applicants for a humanitarian visa? If the sponsor has previously applied for humanitarian visas for individuals, all applications must be written. Specify the date of this request, the file number, and the status of the request. Otherwise, select the No option. If you have proposed more than 2 applicants, please attach details on a separate sheet. If you run out of space for a question in the form, you can attach the answer in a separate sheet at the end of the file. In this way, write the question number and write the answer in front of it for all the fields, and then attach this sheet at the end of the form. Part E, Acknowledgement. Read the contents of Part E and sign the form. Write the name and date in the corresponding box and sign the form. Insert signature in Adobe Reader. Open the PDF file in Adobe Acrobat Reader. Click on Fill and Sign to the tool screen on the right. Click on Sign and then select Add Signature. A window will open and give you 3 options: Type, Draw, and Image. When finished, click the Apply button. Type allows you to type your name in cursive format. You can change the signature style. If you're using a touchscreen device, Draw lets you draw a signature using your mouse, touch screen, or pen. Image allows you to select an image file of your signature.